Before proceeding for what is the graph and chart, we should understand what tool we are going to make use in order to draw these graphs and charts. On a simple paper, we can draw the graph and charts with the help of a scale and pencil using different colors if you want the representations. But when it comes for the software, there are different softwares that are available in order to make this particular graph and charts. In that particularly, one predominant usage of software in order to draw the graph and charts are the Microsoft Office Excel. So before coming for the Excel, we should understand the Microsoft Office. Basically, it's a suite of applications designed to help with the productivity and completing common tasks on any computer. You can create, edit documents containing text and images, work with the data in spreadsheets and databases, and create presentations and posters. These are the some of the applications that MS Office possesses. It has Word, it has Excel, it has PowerPoint, it has Publisher, it has Skype for Business, so many other applications. All this brought together and kept under a single heading called as Microsoft Office Suite. So it houses for various applications. So out of all this, we are going to make use of the Excel software or an application in order to draw the graph and the charts. So what is this Excel, or we generally call it as spreadsheet because that looks like a sheet consisting of grid lines. So basically a spreadsheet is a computer program or application that is used to organize, manipulate and analyze data in a tabular form. So we are going to, we can organize the data, we can manipulate the data, and we can analyze the data, but all is in the form of a tabular form. It consists of rows and columns forming a grid-like structure known as worksheet. We are going to see how exactly it is going to look like. Each cell within the grid can contain text, numbers, formulas, or functions. Why these are commonly used is for the data organization, calculations and formulas, data analysis, budgeting and financial planning, data visualization. This data analysis and data visualization are very most important concepts. These two things can be done with the help of plotting the graph and the charts. So the Excel has become a standard tool in many industries, including finance, accounting, engineering, project management, data analysis, and more. It offers a powerful set of features for organizing and analyzing data, making it a versatile tool for professionals. So this is about the application that we are going to make use in order to draw the graph and the chart. So what is this Excel interface? How exactly this Excel is going to look like? See, I mentioned it is just a worksheet. So this is the worksheet what we have. This is the sheet 1, sheet 2. In each sheet, we can perform a different set of exercises, we can say, or the problems. So it consists of rows and columns. Rows are in this order, columns are in this order: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So indicates the column, 1, 2, 3, 4 indicates the row. We have a file option at the left top corner. We have home, we have insert button, page layout, formula, data, review, all this other functions in an Excel sheet. So we are going to make use of an insert option in order to insert the chart and the graph in the Excel sheet. See, if I want to perform a work on a second sheet, I can just click on a second sheet and I can proceed further. So this is with respect to the interface associated with respect to the Excel. So to proceed further, now let us see what exactly we are going to do. We are going to visualize the data with the help of a graph and a chart. So why do we require this data visualization? Data visualization is the graphical representation of information and data. Imagine you have a big warehouse consisting of n number of products, but you want to know the inventory of that particular product. So what you can do is you can create the inventory with the help of an Excel. Similarly, whenever we go for any stores or shopping malls, we can see the usage of this particular data visualization. They will be representing the data in a more understandable way. So next, what is the importance of data visualization? The importance is such that effective data visualization aids in making informed decisions by providing clear insights into trends, patterns, and relationships within the data. Why do we make use of the graph and the chart is the graph and the charts are powerful tools for visualizing the data, as I already mentioned. So they make it easier to identify the trends, compare values, and understand the overall structure of the information. So to begin with, the first type of representation, that is a column chart. A column chart is used to compare and represent data in vertical bars. It's effective for showing changes over a period or comparing different categories. So here we have taken an example of wildlife population over the years. In the area of 2017, we can see the population of dolphin is around 150, whereas whales it is around 80. Similarly, in the year of 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22. So in all these years, we can see how exactly the data has been represented with the help of a column chart. So the column chart represents the data with the help of an vertical bars. And the other example what we have taken is the sales and expenses. How exactly the sales and expenses are going to take place. In the month of Jan, February, March, April, May, June, we have represented the data for all these 6 months between the sales and the expenses. Whatever the blue vertical bar representing is with respect to the sales, whereas this particular the brown color represents the expenses, and the left vertical column is representing the amount in terms of dollar, whereas the horizontal axis indicates us the month. See, I have a vague data and I cannot look into the data individually, but with the help of this simple column chart I can visualize the data. Suppose if someone asks you what is the number in the year of 2020 with respect to the wildlife population of whales, you can just simply look into the data and you can tell the number. So this is how a column chart helps us to visualize the data. Now, how to create this column chart in Excel? The first thing is we need to enter the data range. So once we enter the data range, we can go for insert tab in the Excel and then choose the column chart from the chart type. There are different types of column charts that are available. Now let us try to look into that, how exactly we can do this particular operation. So in order to do that, first we need to open the Excel. So how to open the Excel is just go for start. Under start, go for Excel. Just type EXCEL Excel. A big X icon will be appearing. Click on that particular Excel. So here it will show us the different options. Here I can open the new workbook. I can open the already created document if I have. So since I require data, I have already created the graph chart data sheet. So I'll just click on it and that particular data sheet will be opened. Now here you can see that this is the tab that I mentioned earlier, how exactly the icon will look like, where here we have a file, home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, help. There are multiple options in the case of an Excel. So with this, we are going to make use of the data in order to represent in the form of an column chart. What I've taken is the same example that we portrayed in the presentation, that is the sales versus expenses. Now, how to draw? Here only we have given the steps. Select the data range first and then go to the insert tab and then choose column chart from the chart types. So how to do that is the question. Now I have created the data of month, sales, expenses. Now what I'll do is I'll select all the data at once. I'll select all the data at once, and then where I'm supposed to go? I'm supposed to go for insert. I'm supposed to go for insert. Under insert, we have different options. So, but here I'm going to draw the vertical bar representation, that is the column chart. So here you can see the representation is in the form of a column chart. We have wide variety of options. Here we have two-dimensional column. So compare the here only it will highlight why this has been used, and on a stacked column one above the other, then we have 100% stacked column. And if you want the representation in the form of three dimension, you can make use of a three-dimension clustered column. There are multiple options: vertical bars, horizontal bars, three-dimensional horizontal bars, vertical bars. So there are different ways in which I can draw a simple column chart. But the most simplest one is to select the first option, that is the clustered column. See, when I click on it, the data is going to appear. So this is the chart in which the same data has been represented. Now imagine you want to change the theme of this particular chart. There we have an option called as chart design. So under chart design, you can select the type in which you are looking for. Suppose if you want the data label to be added on each and everything and every vertical bar, you can select the different options. You can see how the different charts designs are available in order to represent a single data. And if you want more options, you can just drop one for the row 2. Even under row 2 you have different ways in which you can represent the data. So but very basic one is to just keep this particular option. And if you don't want the data label, you can click on the table. Now you can delete the data labels. So select the data labels and you can delete. Now if you want to add the data label, you can just right click it. There you have an option called add data labels. If you click, the data labels will be added. So I can tell the exact value now. How much is this sales is all about. And if you want to change the color as well, you can change the colors of this particular graph. You can see here we have different options in which you can choose among in order to change the color of the graph as well. Now if I want to change the chart title, I can just click on the chart title and I can write the heading as sales versus expenses, or sales and expenses. So this is I can include. And if I want the horizontal and the vertical column, you can uh, click on add chart element. There you have an options like primary horizontal, and then you have another option called axis titles, primary horizontal as well as vertical. Now if you want this title, you can click on the month as the axis title. You can click on the month as the axis title, go for add chart element, axis title, primary horizontal. You can just add month, and if you want you can add this as a money, like for example axis title, primary vertical axis, you can add it as the amount. So this way, I can edit any chart. I can change the representation, and if I don't want this representation here, I can change, I can bring it to top, and if you want to delete it, you can select and delete it. Now the other options are, you can click here itself, chart elements, and here you can see the different options directly. I can choose from here as well. So this is one example with respect to the column chart. Similarly, I've taken another example, that is, this particular example is with respect to the wildlife population over the years, that is from 2017 to 2022 in certain region. Here it was only two data, that is sales versus expenses. Here I have taken three different data, that is the bear, dolphins as well as the whales. Now how to draw this? Select all the data. We know how to draw a column chart. Select all the data, then go for insert, then go for the basic one, the two-dimensional one. A simple way in order to represent the data. The blue color indicating the bears, brown color indicating the dolphins, the green color indicating as the whales. So all these three datas are represented on the graph. Now imagine you want only two datas to be represented. How to draw the graph then? So I'll just delete it now in order to make it simple. So what I'll select is, I'll select year. Imagine you want only one data to be represented, that is with respect to the dolphin. So select only the dolphin portion. Select only the dolphin portion. Go for insert, then chart, then the chart. See, the data is with respect to only the dolphins. And if I want to add the titles for this, axis titles, you can click, it will automatically display. I can change this for year, and I can change this for population. So the year versus populations of dolphins. Now if you want to change the color of this particular theme, you can select. Here also you'll have options for chart styles, and for color palettes you have the options here. You can choose among this. You can just click on apply, and different chart designs are also available. So this is a single data representation. Now imagine you want to add another data. So just select, you can delete this option, you can select the year and choose the date of the dolphins and whales. Select only those two. Then go for insert. Once again the chart, the two-dimensional chart. Now we already represented two-dimensional chart. So let us go for three-dimensional column chart. So I'll just click on three-dimensional column chart. Once again, if you want to change the chart design, you can select among the options. See, and select among the different options. For everything you will have a different set of options that you can select before finalizing the data. So this is with respect to the column chart and how we can draw the column chart. So it's very simple. You can just go for selection of data, complete data to be selected, then go for insert, go for two-dimensional or the insert chart, the vertical bar. A simple way in order to draw the column chart. This you can make use in your project presentations in order to represent the data over the year that you have collected. And after you perform certain experiments, you can make use of this particular chart type, in order to present your data more easier way, in order to make the audience to get understand about what you're going to feature. So this is with respect to the column chart. Now let us move for the next type, which is all about a pie chart. This is another way of representing a data. A pie chart is a circular graph that shows the data as a percentage of a whole. It's for a complete circle, 360-degree or for 100%, and that to be segregated among different data. I can choose the option of a pie chart. So pie chart is a circular graph that shows the data as a percentage of a whole. It's useful for displaying the relative proportions of different categories. So how to create a pie chart in Excel? Same. Select the data range first, go for the insert tab, choose pie chart from the chart types. We have different chart types. We have already learned the column chart. We are going to learn the concept with respect to the pie chart. We are going to learn the concept with respect to the different the line chart, the Gantt chart, the different type of charts as well. So what I have taken is, and as an example, is the sales quantity of different fruits. The apple, which is of a bigger number, then strawberry, mango, orange, pineapple, papaya. Altogether, I can represent the sale quantity. Suppose I want to know how exactly or what percentage of fruits that I have sold individually, then I can go ahead for a pie chart. In order to make you understand much more easier, I've taken a recommended diet of a particular category of people, where the major portion is represented by fruit, then protein, vegetables, dairy products, grains, and others. So this is a recommended diet. This altogether accounts for 100%. So the pie chart is nothing but a circular graph that shows data as a percentage of a whole. So let us see how exactly this could be drawn with the help of an Excel. So in order to create this, we require Excel. So I'll just go for the Excel sheet. I've already created the data set. I have a flavor, I have a sales quantity, I have apple which is sales over 500, mango around 650 quantity, pineapple around 450, strawberry 580, orange 350, papaya 200, and grapes as 400. This is a data which is available. Then what I'll do, I'll select the entire data set. I'll go for the insert tab, and here we have a different chart types. So in that particularly, we are going to represent now that with the help of an pie chart. So click on the drop down. Here you can see the different options. So just click on the first option, the basic one. That this is representing a sales quantity, but we don't know what percentage is what. So if you want the data label, you can just right click it, add data label, just click on the data label as well. So in this way, I can represent any data as a whole with the help of a simple pie chart. See, the different color combination indicates the different flavor of the product. For example, blue indicates the apple, the light green indicates the pineapple, the orange indicates the papaya. Similarly, so this is how a pie chart is going to look like. Now, the other example what we have taken is with respect to the recommended diet in terms of a percentage. So altogether will constitute for a whole. So how exactly this should be represented? Let us see. So select the data first, fruit versus vegetables, all the data to be selected. Then go for insert. Under insert, what is the option that we're going to choose? We're going to choose the option as what? The pie chart. So if I want the data also to be represented, I'll go for the right click. I'll select the data labels, and I'll click on the data labels. The data label will be added onto the chart. Now, if we want to write the chart title, you can write the chart title as the recommended diet. Recommended diet. I imagine you are not liking this way. You want different representations. You can choose among the chart design. We have different chart design options as I already mentioned. See, you can make use of this option, and this particular options. There are different chart options which are available. You can select among these different chart design options, and you can represent your data. in a much better way. So this is with respect to the pie chart. Now, the other type of chart that we need to learn is something called as a line chart. So the line chart displays the data points connected by lines showing trends over time. So over the period of month, we have taken an example of how much amount of desktop, laptops and tablets has been sold. See, if I want to visualize the data in a hard copy, it becomes very much difficult. But with the help of a simple graph, I can easily correlate the data. So in order to do that, we require the different types of the graph or the charts. So it's useful for visualizing continuous data or tracking the changes. You can see the trend as well, how exactly the trend is moving. The trend is moving towards the tablets, whereas with respect to the desktops, it has been declining. The laptop is in between the desktop and the tablets. In order to create a line chart, once again, you need to select the data range and then you need to go for insert tab. Under insert tab, we have a different chart type options. In that particularly, you're going to select a line chart. So I have taken two different examples. One, the product trends by the month. The other one is wildlife population over the years. So let us try to represent both the data with the help of an Excel. How to do this? So just come for an Excel sheet. You know how to open an Excel sheet. You will go for a start. You will type the Excel and you will type the data first. You need to type the data first. Month, you type January, February, March, April, May, June. Then you type the quantity with respect to the desktops, laptop and the tablets. Then how to insert a line chart. So what we can do, we are supposed to select the data first, the entire data set, then go for insert. Under insert, we have different options of chart type. But what we are going to choose is the line chart. So under line chart also we have different options. We have two-dimensional line, a simple line. We have a stacked line. We have a 100% stacked line. We have a line with the markers, stack line with the markers. My suggestion is to go with a line with the markers so that even the points will be highlighted and it is easy to represent the data. So this is the line chart. So here you can type the product sale, product sold over the period of time, and you can see the different colors representing different data. The blue color will indicate the desktop, the green, light green will indicate the tablets, brown will indicate the laptops. And as I already mentioned, we can visualize the trend with respect to the line chart. You can move the chart title if you want. And if you want to add anything, you can just click on this plus option and you can see the axis titles, chart title, data labels if you want, data table if you want. So you can represent the data table as well. I'll just give you an example. See the data table indicating us all the desktop in the month of January, the laptop in the month of January and tablets in the month of January. If you don't want that, you can just click on the remove option. Then you can also click on the trend line and you can see how exactly the trend is moving. But here only we are visualizing the data. The We can see that the tablets are increase in sale over the period of month compared to the laptop and the desktop. I'm just visualizing the data. And if you want to change the chart type, you can select the different chart design that are available. You can see you can represent the data in even in this way, even in this way, in this way. So there are different ways that we can represent the chart, line chart. So if you want to know exactly to be drawn once again, so select the data range first, go for insert, go for line chart, the line with the markers. If you want to change the design, you can select the among the chart design. The other example what we have taken is with respect to the population of wildlife over the years, that is from 2017 to 2022. So if you want to represent this data, select all the data, go for insert, go for line with the markers. So this chart title, if you want, you can change. Give the chart title as what? Wildlife population. Wildlife population over the years. And if you want to add the data labels, you can just right click and you can select the data and you can add data labels, and the data labels can be represented in different ways. If you want to change the way in which you're representing the data, even you can do that. Okay, so you can select the data labels, and you can see how exactly I can represent all this data. Now, if you want to delete the data label, select all the data labels and you can just delete. So this is with respect to the different chart types. And if you want to change the layouts, it's just nothing but even if you click on plus sign here, you're going to get. If you want to change the layout, you can just change the layout. Here you have multiple options, but we always prefer the basic one. Okay, and then if you want to add the different titles, you can add data labels, error bar, legends, line, trend line. All these options are available whenever we go for a chart design. Now, the other thing that you should remember is not only these three ways, there are other ways also in order to represent the data. We have vertical bar type, we have a line type, we have a pie chart type, we have a scattered data. Even we can represent the data in a scattered way. And then we have a statistic charts, and then we have a hierarchy chart, even that we can make use of. And you can represent the data in more convenient way depending upon the data that is you need to represent. So we have learned the concept with respect to the line chart, pie chart, as well as the column chart. Well, that concludes the session with respect to the graph and charts. We understood that the graph and charts are nothing but the data representation or the data visualization, and then we learned how to plot the graph and charts with the help of a Microsoft Office Excel. Thank you all.